You just have to really focus on your subject. But if you love your subject, then it's worth it. We write one essay per week about linguistics, and then we do a lecture and then tutorial about the essay. Every week you have to write an essay. Yeah, like 3,000 words. Write my essay.
At Stanford, the point is to take as many classes as you can to try to figure out what you want to do. At Oxford, it's completely different. They're looking for the next people within their discipline to train to replace them. And so they're looking for academics. They're looking for people who are like at the top of the top in their discipline.
To have these connections, I think that are going to last me a lifetime. These really glowing friendships. I'm so excited to be globally connected.
And you just have to show that your thought process is up there, and it doesn't necessarily need to be correct. You just have to be able to ask some interesting questions and give interesting insights. The part that I enjoy the most is meeting people from like diverse backgrounds, studying various different subjects.
スタンフォード大学とオックスフォード大学の違いについて語りたいと思います。
過去問、公式問題で英語学習をするならキャンパス。
皆さんこんにちは、坂本智子です。今はアメリカのスタンフォード大学の3年生で、柳井正財団ユニクロの奨学金財団の7期生です。専攻はエネルギー工学を専攻しています。そして今なんとスタンフォードプログラムの一環でイギリスのオックスフォード大学に交換留学しています。ブレイズノーズカレッジというカレッジに所属しています。オックスフォード大学の中にいろんなカレッジがあって、例えで言うとハリーポッターのグリフィンドールだったりスリザリンみたいな感じで、なんかいろんなカレッジに所属している感じです。今日はスタンフォード生 in オックスフォードということで、スタンフォード大学とオックスフォード大学の違いを語りながら動画を撮っていきたいと思います。
このカバードマーケットは私のお気に入りのマーケットです。おはようございます。今回はサシャちゃんと朝からベーカリー行って朝ごはんを食べました。サシャちゃんを紹介したいと思います。You wanna introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Saoirse. I'm a third-year student studying Japanese at the University of Oxford.
なんと私も知らなかったんですけど、オックスフォード大学にジャパニーズスタディーズっていう専攻があるみたいで、彼女はそれを専攻しています。And which college are you in?
I'm at Wadham College. It's like really in the center, and it's really good because it has massive gardens. So like even when you're in the middle of like a really busy city, you like enter college and there's like loads of trees and like open spaces, and it's so nice.
What was maybe the main reason why you chose Oxford out of all the universities you applied?
I think that like in Oxford, everything goes by really quick. Like there's so much contact hours in my first year for learning Japanese. So you go from like being able to speak no Japanese at all to by the end of the second year being conversationally fluent. And I felt like in Oxford specifically, I would be able to get a lot better, a lot quicker because the work is a lot harder, but also the results are really good. So it's like, I really wanted to live in Japan and I really wanted to speak Japanese as quick as possible. So I was like, okay, Oxford is good.
Oxford is really, I guess, academically rigorous, fast-paced learning environment.
Yeah, it was like in first year, studying like 30 kanji per week, and I had never seen, so like by the end of the first year I knew about like 1,000 kanji, and you know I had only been learning Japanese for like 6 months, so it was really intense, but it's worth it.
I guess like that's really different from like an American university or like Stanford. I think at Oxford it's more like narrow and it's really in-depth. So like you don't take any courses outside Japanese studies, right? No, like dance classes.
No.
We do take dance classes
I was
actually.
so shocked to hear that. It was like, I would never have time to do that in Oxford. I mean, there is time to like do your own hobbies, but when it comes to the course, it's like you have to give 100%.
So specific.
Like you can't even like have a part-time job. You just have to really focus on your subject. But if you love your subject, then it's worth it.
Yeah. I'm really curious about like a typical day as an Oxford student. What does your like typical day here look like?
Okay, so because I do language degree, there's like the morning usually I have language classes at around like 9 and 10. I go to language classes and there we do like Japanese like speaking practice, writing practice. And then usually there's a little break in the middle of the day and I really like cafes. So I always go to a cafe, drink coffee, and then like do some work. And then in the evenings, I major in linguistics, Japanese linguistics. So I have tutorials and lectures in the evenings. And then in the like more later, like in the night, I probably, do some studying or like hang out with friends. We go out to eat and stuff. So yeah, that's probably a typical day.
How many tutorials and lectures do you have in a week?
In a week, I only have one lecture and one tutorial. So it's really like we write one essay per week about linguistics and then we do a lecture and then tutorial about the essay. So it's really like chill.
Yeah. But every week you have to write an essay.
Every week I have to write an essay. Yeah, like 3,000 words.
That's long.
It's long.
Where's your like favorite study spot around?
There's a chain coffee shop called Cafe Nero in England. Like the coffee's really good, it's cheap, and like there's plugs as well, so you can stay there for as long as you want. And I just like write my essay. So yeah, that's where I usually go.
So I know for a fact that the application system for American universities and Oxford, Cambridge, and the UK universities is like really different. How was the application like here? And maybe do you have any tips?
So one thing about Oxford and Cambridge actually is that you have to apply a little bit earlier than any other university in the UK. And you have to write a thing called a personal statement. So like, why do you want to study here? Like explain a bit about yourself. But the interesting thing is like, it sort of turns into a more academic discussion. It's not as personal. So you talk about what academically interests you in the subject. Like for example, I really liked Heian literature and like waka. So like I wrote loads about that and like did loads of reading. And then once you apply with that personal statement, you might get invited for an interview, and so that's online. And it's like, I had 2 interviews and they were both half an hour long. And it was just like, they wanted to see, your passion for the subject, that you actually really wanted to do it. And I really did. So it was just like more of a conversation. Because mine was a language degree, I had like a small linguistic problem that I had to solve and like work out the grammar structure of a sentence, that sort of thing. Some people have exams before their interviews just to like test your level of thinking. Basically, they just want to see like how you think, what kind of person you are, and if you're actually serious about wanting to do this degree. So yeah, but it's like, it's a lot of work. You have to really show that you're 100% dedicated and passionate.
I guess maybe then your tip would be to show your strong motivation and passion
definitely.
towards the subject that you're applying for.
And like, don't just say like, oh, I'm passionate, like show why you're passionate. Like, oh, I'm passionate, so like I read all these books and I did this and I like looked into this.
Evidence.
Like give evidence, and then it'll definitely be more like, you'll make more of an impression on the tutors rather than if you're just like, oh, I have passion, because like,
What do you most like about Oxford?
Probably cafes, because like I love like little sweet treats and I love coffee. So like every day, like as a gift to myself for working hard, I would go to like a different cafe and do like cafe hopping and like being able to walk around Oxford and like have your little coffee, and it's just it's so nice.
Yeah, Wait, I agree. I love cafe hopping here.
Maybe more than me.
I have a list. 私リスト作ってしまって、そのオックスフォード周辺のおすすめのコーヒー屋さんが結構いろんなカテゴリーに分けて、抹茶ラテがおすすめの場所、Wi-Fi 環境がいいカフェだったり、あとコーヒーが美味しいカフェみたいな感じでカテゴライズしてカフェのリストを作ってしまいました。Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For the interview. この道路がハイストリートと呼ばれる道路で、カレッジ
カフェ、ショップが並ぶ主要ストリートです。初めての観光客はここ歩けばこの大学の街の雰囲気がわかる感じです。ちなみにスタンフォードハウスもこの道沿いにあります。一つ感じたのはスタンフォード大学はもうめちゃくちゃ広くていろんな建物が違うエリアにあるんですけど、オックスフォード大学は一つの場所、一つのエリアにギュッと全部集まっているので本当に歩きやすくて、スタンフォードみたいに自転車があまり必要じゃないのかなって思います。離れている建物もあるんですけど比較的にスタンフォードに比べてはギュッて一つのエリアに集まっている感じです。あともう一つ感じたのがオックスフォード大学は本当街の中に大学がある感じです。オックスフォード大学には39個ものカレッジがあるんですけど、その中で多分一番有名とされるクライストチャーチカレッジにやってきました。大学と大聖堂が一体化した珍しい形式のカレッジとなっております。クライストチャーチカレッジの中に入った時の動画があるのでそれもこの後お見せします。私のお気に入りのスポットに来ました。この円形の建物は何でしょうか。ちなみに中は学生専用です。実はこの建物は図書館となっています。ライブラリーですね。ラッドクリフカメラといってオックスフォード大学の象徴ともいえる建物になっています。ラッドクリフカメラの隣にあるのが私のカレッジのブレイズノーズカレッジです。私のカレッジなので中をお見せします。ここら辺は、生徒の寮があったり授業が行われるスペースがあったりいろいろあります。自習スペースもたくさんあって私が、結構好きな図書館です。ブレイズノーズカレッジのチャペルです。今お昼なので閉まってるんですけど、なんとバーがあります。カレッジの地下にバーがあることを初めて知った時はとてもびっくりしました。カレッジのダイニングホールをお見せします。だいたいどのカレッジにもダイニングホール、寮、チャペル、図書館とバーがある感じです。今お昼食べてたんですけど、ジェームズ君とジェナちゃんにインタビューをしていきたいと思います。Jenna, what year are you? What do you major in? And which college are you?
Hello, my name is Jenna. I am the third year at Stanford. I'm majoring in math and English double, and here I'm at Modeling College.
James君。
Hi everyone, I'm James. I'm also a junior at Stanford. I'm studying chemical engineering, and here I'm at also Modeling College, but I'm studying moral and ethical philosophy here.
What was your main reason you applied to Oxford? Or study abroad?
Yeah, so because Stanford is really intense, I originally wanted to make my study abroad experience kind of like a vacation. So like a lot less work and a lot of fun. So I was originally going to go to Madrid because Stanford has a program in Madrid. And the specialty of that program is that it's a lot of language immersion, so I would be able to gain fluency in Spanish after going to Madrid. But like 2 days before I submitted the application, I decided to look at the Oxford one because I'm an English major. It kind of interested me to see how I might be able to study English literature here at Oxford. And in the end, I was really convinced by the tutorial format and the way that the teaching is super rigorous. And so I'm here now. It's not as much of a vacation because there's a lot of work. I have to write a lot and read a lot every week. But we're actually starting to travel a lot more in the weekends. So it's still really fun.
And James, what was your main reason why you applied to Oxford? Or to study abroad?
Yeah, so I'm originally from Los Angeles, so I don't have many connections and friends internationally, aside from Tomoko, of course. And so many of my friends, or all of them actually, they all go to university in the United States. And so I think with the Oxford Study Abroad program, it was a very unique one because it was at an actual university, a very renowned one that was sort of a bastion of so many international students. And so I think just being here, I've been able to not only meet so many Oxford students themselves, but I've been able to compete in competitions and meet students from like Imperial College, Cambridge University, University of Edinburgh. And to have these connections, I think that are going to last me a lifetime, these really glowing friendships. I'm so excited to be globally connected.
My reason was that, well, I have a sense of what kind of Japanese education system is like, university education system is like, and I now experience an American education system. I haven't really had a full chance to experience the UK education system. So I thought this was a really good opportunity for me to experience how the education is like, how they study at Oxford, and I guess UK in general. Okay, Jenna, what do you think are the main differences between Stanford and Oxford?
So I think that the academics are super different between the two universities. That's what really stood out to me. So for one, at Stanford, we're really encouraged to explore, and uncertainty is like embraced. So of course we come in and we're not declared at all, no matter what we apply as. And we only declare at the end of our second year. And so the point is to take as many classes as you can to try to figure out what you want to do. And there's a lot of room for interdisciplinary study at Stanford. So certain majors by themselves are interdisciplinary, but also we're allowed to study two majors together. So for me, I'm doing math and English. And at Oxford, it's completely different. We were told that it's kind of like they're looking for the next people within their discipline to train to replace them. And so they're looking for academics, they're looking for people who are like at the top of the top in their discipline when you're only like 17. And so people who come here are really, really focused, and it's really difficult to change the major once you have gotten here because they want you for a certain reason, and if you don't really want to do that anymore, I think that's like an issue. And so there's not as much flexibility here, and people are really, really surprised or just like, they think it's very interesting that I can do two very different things at Stanford, but it's actually very common at Stanford, and it's very yeah.
Okay, James, what do you most like about Oxford?
That's a good question. I think what I really enjoy about Oxford is that it's a very historical institution. I think as opposed to Stanford was like made in the 1800s, but even here, like some of the more newer colleges were made in like 1500s. And I think that really reflects in a lot of the traditions and events that we've been participating in here. For instance, like almost every week we would attend a formal dinner where there's like, it's so nice. These really nice dining halls with like candles lit, where people are like bringing you food and they like chant Latin in the beginning.
That's three-course meal.
Three-course meal.
With some wine, right? You can
with wine and wash it down. And so I think like traditions like those I would never see in the United States. I didn't even know that there was like certain utensils, certain ways to eat, and all these like formalities are really coming through. Dress code especially. I didn't even bring formal shoes because I didn't realize how integral it is here. I think there's just so many events like that. There's like even song in the chapels, and the Oxford students told me like traditions like those dated back all the way to like the BC era. So I think that it's super historical here, and I love immersing myself in it.
I'm actually going to formal today.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
This St. John's College.
Oh.
Maybe let's talk about the challenges here.
Oh.
So for me, I think, academic-wise, I feel like I'm getting used to it, but like the weather is something that I'm not getting used to it.
So
It's
cold
just
here.
so cold, and it just rains all the time. Coming from studying abroad, coming from California, I think it's a big shift because it rains so much. You just need an umbrella everywhere, and weather forecast is not accurate at all.
Changes every day.
Yeah.
An hour.
Okay, what are your challenges?
The age of the city like really shows through. It's like a very historical city, so things are not always up to date. They kind of just work fine and then are not very updated. So something I'm thinking about is they did mention that the plumbing in this whole city is very old.
Oh my god.
So like it's really normal for like like toilets just like not flush.
On that note, that kind of reminds me, one of the qualms I have is, I guess, with like the healthcare system here, even though American healthcare might not be the best as well, but a few weeks ago I had an ear infection and I had to contact the NHS, which is like the UK healthcare system, and for one, it took like a week or a couple of days to have the GP, the general practitioner, to even look at my ear, and once they did, it took another few days for them to prescribe me any medicine, and at that point it's already been a week. Like at that time I'm like already self-healing, like this medicine's not as needed, and when I go pick up the medicine, they gave me the wrong medicine. They gave me medicine for eczema instead, which I think they just looked at me and thought I needed that instead. So I guess I had some qualms with the healthcare system.
But in the end, it is worth noting, of course, like they have free healthcare here. That's why it takes so long. It's because everyone is being served, and so in the end, it is better.
That is true. Yeah. Oh, Ollie's here. Hey, Ollie.
Hey, wait, we're filming right now, but we can join you really soon.
Are we done?
Yeah, we're
Yeah, we can just go now.
Yeah, let's go.
じゃあちょっと友達とお話ししてくるのでバイ。
Bye.
歩いてる間に少し時間があるので、チュートリアルシステムについて説明していきます。チュートリアルとは学生1人から2人に対して教員1人という超少人数な授業スタイルです。教員は、教授だけではなくポスドクや博士課程の院生が担当することもあります。事前にエッセイの課題やプログラムセットといって、問題が出されるんですけど、それをその次のチュートリアルまでにやってきて、チュートリアルではそれのフィードバックをディスカッション形式でやっていく感じです。講義とは違って授業とよりも私的な対話に近い感じです。自分の考えを深く説明したり、教員からの反論に対して自分の論を組み直して説明したりといったプロセスを繰り返す感じです。それによって批判的な思考力であったり論理的な表現力が鍛えられます。終わりました。今日のチュートリアルでは Python を使って送電網の負荷分布やピーク需要を計算しました。これまで電力フロー解析を論理として学んできたんですけど、今日は実際にそれをコードに書いてシミュレーションできたことが楽しかったです。ジンバブエをモデルにそのシミュレーションを作りました。今外は少し雨が降っています。とてもイギリスらしい天気です。カフェに移動してから喋りたいと思います。カフェにやってきました。スタンフォード大学とオックスフォード大学の違いについて語りたいと思います。スタンフォードの方が圧倒的に社交的でオープンだと感じました。学生同士の距離が近くて初対面でも結構話しかけやすいのがスタンフォード生だと思います。一方でオックスフォード生は割と落ち着いていて学問中心のコミュニティで会話も少しアカデミックだなと感じました。教育方針についてなんですけど、簡単に言うとオックスフォードがトレーニングメンタリティでスタンフォードがエクスプローリングメンタリティだと思います。どういうことかというと、オックスフォードはトレーニングメンタリティということで一つのことを極めていくようなスタイルです。自分のその特定分野を専門的に鍛えていくスタイルで専攻外の授業を取ることはないですし、自分のその専門分野についてだけ学んでそれを深掘っていくような感じなので、狭く深く学ぶような感じです。一方でスタンフォードはエクスプローリングメンタリティということで幅広くいろんなことを学んでいくような教育方針だと思います。専攻外の授業にも幅広く挑戦できるのが特徴です。学問の横断性が強いのが結構印象的です。 あとはテスト形式が違います。スタンフォード大学では期末がグループプロジェクトがあったり、エッセイがあったり、筆記試験があります。オックスフォード大学の場合、ほぼほぼ筆記試験だけです。そしてオックスフォード大学では年に1回春にしか試験がありません。それが進級に関わってくる重要なテストになっています。一方でスタンフォード大学では毎学期ですね、夏学期は夏休みなんですけど、秋学期、冬学期、春学期があって、各学期に週間と期末があるのでテストがたくさんあります。スタンフォード大学はGPA システムに対してオックスフォード大学では年に一度のテストでファーストが確か一番上のランクかな、21、22みたいな感じでランクが決まっていくような感じです。寮についてなんですけど、スタンフォード大学の場合ほぼほぼ1人部屋はありえません。だいたい2人部屋、3人部屋、4人部屋もありますね。それに対してオックスフォード大学はほぼほぼ1人部屋です。最後はオックスフォード大学の魅力で終わりたいと思います。オックスフォード大学は歴史のある街とカレッジ制度が学生同士の強いコミュニティを作り、学びと生活の一体感が感じられます。今からというオックスフォード生と合流して一緒に図書館で勉強していきたいなと思います。じゃじゃーん。こちらの建物は何でしょう？正解は図書館です。今から友達と2人で勉強します。Introducing my friend
Hey, my name is Eun.
Can you introduce yourself?
I'm a third year studying mathematics and computer science, and I'm at Lady Morgan Hall College.
What's your program like, Oxford?
So mathematics and computer science, it's a degree where you do a little bit of both. Math is a lot of theoretical math that I do right now, and computer science is quite applied for me. It consists of lectures and tutorials in the first 2 years, and then from third year we take classes where it's one lecturer who's usually like a PhD student, sometimes with a lecturer, and we have a 1 to 15-ish class.
What do you do in your fourth year?
In our fourth year, it's generally the same as the first 3 years. We take a few classes, which we need to take an exam for at the end. And we also have to write a dissertation. So it's like a project, and you do your own research with a specific supervisor.
But that's a huge advantage. You can get your master's in 4 years, right? Basically.
You can.
A lot of people will be curious about how the application looks like. And do you have any tips?
So the application in general is quite simple. You submit a personal statement through UCAS. You take the MAT for me, it's the entrance exam for any course related to mathematics.
Also math problems.
And then math problems, yeah. And we have an interview, which we do for math and computer science, we do 1 interview per subject.
Wow.
So I had 4 interviews in total.
Wow.
Yeah, you do it for multiple colleges. I know a friend who did 6. Insane.
Oh my god.
But a general tip for that would be in the entrance exam, so the personal statement itself doesn't really account for much in our course. The tutors really look for the entrance exam scores and the interview. They look a lot for intuition. So if you do not do well in the admission test, fear not, you have the interview and you just have to show that your thought process is up there. And it doesn't necessarily need to be correct, you just have to be able to ask some interesting questions and give interesting insights.
What type of questions do they ask?
So the kind of questions they ask is like a really, not necessarily long, but it's a challenging problem with multiple subparts and we keep extending on it. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say what question exactly I had. One of my exams was on like a riddle and the tutor broke it down into sub pieces and then
so you like kind of solve it with your professor?
Yes. They give you hints, they give you insights, you can ask questions. It's very interactive.
Okay.
And you really have to use the fact that it's an interactive interview rather than a test. Yeah.
Okay, last but not least, what do you most like about Oxford?
There's a few things I like about Oxford, but I think the part that I enjoy the most is meeting people from like diverse backgrounds, studying various different subjects. So you get to meet a lot of people who do niche subjects that you wouldn't meet in other universities. And we also get a large visiting student intake, including her. Yeah, so that's a very fun part of Oxford.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
We're gonna go to the Radcliffe camera to study together. Bye bye.
Bye.
せっかくなのでスタンフォードのハウスの中を少しお見せしたいと思います。実はこのスタンフォードハウス中はもう迷路状態で、私の部屋にたどり着くまで何回か階段を上ったり下ったりしないといけない感じです。ちょっとお見せします。部屋にやっとたどり着きました。私の部屋です。
今日はなんとセイント・ジョーンズ・カレッジのフォーマルディナーに行ってきます。他のカレッジのフォーマルディナーに行くにはそこのカレッジの生徒に招待してもらう感じです。今日は私の友達がセイント・ジョーンズ・カレッジにいるのでその子に招待してもらいました。では行ってきます。
寮に戻ってきました。
This is my roommate, Germaine.
Hi! I'm from Los Angeles, but I study at Stanford with Tomoko, and I am Tomoko's roommate for the Oxford quarter. I am majoring in history at Stanford, and then my tutorial at Oxford is also history, and that's been really fun. Should I talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, how's your quarter so far?
It's been really good. I mean, Oxford is the place to study history. I have access to so many world-class historians, access to so many primary sources that aren't available online or at Stanford, and the tutorial system has been fabulous. I've been really enjoying my readings. I've been writing a lot more than I usually do on campus. And I really like what I'm studying.
Yay. How is it like being my roommate?
Yeah, so being your roommate has actually been fabulous. Shocker. I don't like to admit that though, but we did get placed randomly, and I think the algorithm did us really well. I think we're very similar in ways that are like very visible. Like I feel like we're like really clicky, have the same sleep schedule. We both like our rooms clean. We both have snack nights and debriefs. We debrief our day a lot, just because we're both so busy. But then at night we like both come to the room to go to sleep, and then we like talk before bed. It's really sweet.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been really good.
Okay, well, thank you so much. この動画を通じて少しでもオックスフォード大学であったり私が今いるスタンフォード大学に興味を持ってくれたら嬉しいです。で、両方とも本当に魅力的で素敵な大学なのでこれをきっかけに受験者が増えればいいなと思っています。そして私が今この2つの大学で留学できているのは私が今お世話になっている奨学金財団の柳井正財団のおかげなので本当に感謝しかないです。私も将来日本の社会にどんな形で貢献できるかわからないんですけど貢献できるように一生懸命頑張っていきたいと思います。